Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, December 29th. I started to do a video yesterday and I got 4 minutes into it and it was falling flat, so I stopped it. However, what I'm going to talk about today will lead into that discussion, so now I guess it makes more sense. So if you have been around my channel long enough, you know that I kind of study the emotions, try to figure them out. I have been fascinated with psychology since I was in college. And I started using the essential oils because they have emotional aspects of healing with those. Plant medicine has emotional aspects of healing. So it's just a thing, trying to figure out how to heal that in the body, how those emotions get stuck in the body, how they cause trauma. So anyway, that leads me to ask, has anybody watched Resident Alien? When I say I stumbled over that, I literally mean that is nothing I would have ever watched. And the only reason that it came on, because I had been binge watching Irreverent on Peacock over the Christmas holiday, and I was in the kitchen when the end of Irreverent showed up, and then it just did the next thing, and Resident Alien showed up on my screen, and I think I was like, what? It didn't match up with what I'd been watching. I didn't realize I was at the end of one and I was starting a new series. So I continued watching it, and whoever wrote that, I'm going to say is a very, very awake, truly awake person. I have laughed my ass off watching that because it is funny, but it's also, I feel a little guilty for liking it because I'm trying to decide, it seems like all TV shows are trying to program people into something. So I'm trying to figure out if they are trying to program us into aliens being good, especially reptilian aliens being good, or what? Because it's about an alien that crash lands on Earth to destroy it and ends up taking over a doctor's body and gets forced into taking over this position in town, and he's trying to assimilate as a human. So he's struggling with the human emotions and understanding them, because where he come from, they didn't have emotions. So it's fascinating watching him figure out the emotions, kind of like I have always done. And so anyway, if you have seen it, I want to hear what you think about it. If you haven't seen it, it's on several different places. You can Google it and it'll show you all the places that you can watch it. I personally am watching it on Peacock right now, but I know there are other places. But I feel so in tune with this dude, and being on a planet where you feel like an alien, you don't understand half of these humans running around, and I'm like, oh my God, I get this guy, and whoever wrote it, I get that person, and the weird sense of humor he has. Again, not my type of show normally at all, but I'm loving it big time. So what I started to talk about yesterday, again, was emotions, and how detrimental they can be for people. And so I started to talk about, the day before Thanksgiving, my brother called to tell me my cousin had cancer. But she didn't just have cancer. She had literally a food addiction. And I'm not trying to make fun. This was a problem. I think she may have been 500 to 550 pounds. It had been a long time since I had seen her. She didn't get out of the house much. Obviously, her body, she was trapped in that body. And I think she had been sick for a long time, didn't go to the doctor, and cancer had kind of eaten her up. So she is now free of that body. She passed away about a week after Thanksgiving. So I didn't get a chance to talk to her. I guess I really thought I had more time. I didn't realize that it had gotten that far before she found out that's what she had. But anyway, you know, it's just so fascinating how these emotions for the humans, for us humans, can literally bind us to the point of where we are trapped in bodies that we want to get out of, whether it be food addiction. I mean, we all know alcohol and drug addiction is usually people trying to squash, whatever word you want to use, emotions that they don't know what to do with, trauma that is trapped in the body. So, you know, it's just, and suicide. I mean, people that commit suicide, it's usually because of emotional pain that they are trapped by and can't get away from. So again, it's just a huge fascination for me of how our emotions got used against us. I mean, truly, if you don't believe that, you need to understand that part. The CABAL figured out how to use human emotions against us. And that's how a lot of that stuff has kind of like snowballed with people. And the more awake you get and understand that, then you can kind of detach your emotions away from, I guess you could say, the matrix, whatever. But anyway, so that was kind of what I wanted to talk about, was understanding how our emotions and how we deal with them. So anyway, moving on. One last thing that I want to talk about real quick is I talked to a girlfriend of mine over the weekend, and she is sending me a box of samples of something that helped her with a really bad lower back. She was down for about 6 weeks from the sounds of it and could not get it to like release and go away. Back pain, in my understanding, is when you feel like when you are carrying the world on your shoulders. Whether you have severe pain or not, I personally don't, but I have several people in my life that have problems. So she is sending me some stuff. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. One of the things that is supposed to help with, which I'm going to try it for, is dry eyes. I mean, I did a video like a year and a half ago about how dry my eyes have been, causing me problems to sleep at night, waking up in the mornings feeling like my eyelids are stuck to my eyeballs and going to peel off the top layer. So I personally am going to try it for that. And I'm just here to tell you, I have a small group of people that I am giving samples to, and I mean small, with various issues with dry eye, with pain, some of the other stuff that's supposed to help with. And I will be doing my own kind of like check-ins and studies to see if this stuff works. If it does, like it worked for my friend, I trust her. I've known her, well, about 8 years. She was in my doTERRA downline, or is still in my doTERRA downline. So if it works, I will be talking about that, and I will be promoting it, because people who like to help, like me, still like to help, regardless of whether I'm doing a video or if I'm introducing people to a product. So if you have an issue with that, I'm going to say you will want to get off my channel, because you know, we that like to help don't ever give up that need to help people. So I know a lot of people have problems with that. They don't understand why people get a channel and then they start promoting products. We start promoting products because we have people that have begun trusting us because we have done something worth trusting, and we like to help. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I will let you know if it doesn't work. You won't be hearing me talk about it much because it didn't work. If I find that it helps with my dry eyes a lot, I will be talking about that, because I know at my age that seems to be, hormones seem to be the problem. I don't have, again, I don't have a lot of pain. I don't have a lot of energy these days, but I think that's just because I'm getting older. And if this stuff makes me feel better, I will be screaming from, the mountaintop of like, oh my God, this stuff is worth trying. So anyway, I'm throwing that out there. I'm prepping you now. So if you're going to get bent out of shape about it, just leave and have a good day. And I will talk to you later. Bye.